Hi, everybody.
Oh, there we go. We're live.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shemane Nugent. Thanks so much for joining me here today. I have such an exciting evening planned for you. I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy to have Alvie Shepherd. Alvie, just wave and say hello. I'm going to introduce you more in depth later. And Tara Romano. Say hello, Tara.
Hi.
And April O'Leary, also known as the Wizard Ninja Techie Warrior.
Yes.
You guys have no idea what we've just been through in the last 20 minutes, but we were down to the wire getting this live for you. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedules and spending it with us. I promise to have some great educational information for you, and it just might be entertaining too. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll introduce everybody else as well. I have been a group fitness instructor for 35 years plus. In fact, I started in the old Jane Fonda days and the leg warmer days, and I've pretty much taught everything from step to spinning to slide to kickboxing and Zumba. And I've been around the block, so to speak. I've seen a lot of things, a lot of programs, and a lot of products come and go, and I've tried just about all of them. What you're about to hear about tonight are products that have changed my life, and the people that you're about to meet, it's changed their lives in ways that you can't even imagine. And that's why I'm so excited to have them on. First, April, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll introduce Alvie and Tara in more detail.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm April O'Leary. I'm excited to be here. I'm a life and business coach and author, and Shemane is my dear friend, and I'm so blessed to have met her, and we started off as friends and who were enjoying group fitness together. We were going to kickboxing classes and doing beach walks and all kinds of stuff, and lo and behold, here she is. So here we are doing a webinar today to share some awesome stuff with you. We'll go to, I'll pass the ball over to Alvie. How about that? Got it?
All right, I'll catch it. There we go. We just did a little Hail Mary a second ago. I almost couldn't get on here, but well, I just want to first of all say thank you, Shemane, April, and Tara. I'm very excited to be on this call, or this webinar, I should say. Just kind of give you a little background on me. I've been with Isogenics now for a little over 2 years. I had a pro career in baseball with the Orioles for about three years back in the mid 90s. Also played with the Angels and the Mets for a brief stint. But growing up, I was an athlete. I worked really hard. Every day I was out there playing with my friends, and my dad was my coach, and it was definitely something that I was really passionate about. And I remember going to my first big league baseball game. My dad was a huge White Sox fan, so we were sitting out in center field, and I just remember being there and just saying, man, in my mind, I just remembered I want to be out on that field one day. I could just see that happening. And so that was at a young age, around 8. So, but around 12 years old, I decided, you know what? I want to be a professional athlete. I didn't know what I wanted to be yet, but I knew I wanted to be one. So I was, continuing to work hard, and, high school, I excelled in baseball, football, and basketball. And, throughout high school, I had some colleges looking at me, and I ended up taking a full scholarship to the University of Nebraska. Big burden off my parents' back. College these days is not cheap. Even back in the 90s, it wasn't cheap. So having a full ride was very, an honor, University of Nebraska. So I played there for 3 years, had a great education. And after 3 years, one of my dreams came true. I got drafted in the first round by the Baltimore Orioles. So everything that I had put, all the blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, all came to a head, and I got drafted. It was, one of the best days of my life to that point. And so again, I went off to go pursue my dream. And, as I started climbing the ladder pretty quickly. They had me, up every year I was climbing up to the next level. And after 2 years, I ended up having an injury. And so at the time, I didn't know what the heck it was. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and it really hit me, like kind of blindsided me. And it was something that it was nerve damage. And so When I went to the doctor, they pretty much told me that I was out for a while. And I'm like, wait, I just got through pitching 2 days ago and it was an amazing game. I don't know what's going on. And so they couldn't really tell me anything besides that they had to go in there and check it out. So I ended up having surgery, worked my butt off to get back, and it just never got back to where I needed to get to. And so it was just really, it was really hard for me to take. I went down a slippery slope for a while. I started using alcohol and drugs to cope with what I was going through mentally. I was depressed, and definitely took me down a really, really dark path. And I ended up gaining, about 85 pounds, ended up being about 307 pounds. And, it was definitely taking a toll on me mentally, physically. There was times where I, wanted to end it all. I had thought about, committing suicide a few times, and something that it's, I talk about it now because I know there's people out there that have these problems. And, it doesn't matter if you're a professional athlete or just a regular person that's living their own dreams. When they come crumbling down, it's hard to take sometimes. And so, reason why I do what I do now is to kind of hope to inspire people that they can get out of that rut. It took me a health scare. I ended up having, a health scare where I was in the hospital for about 14 days, and I was in ICU for 6, fighting for my life. And it was a wake up call. Whenever I, got out of surgery, I looked up, pointed to the Lord, and said, "Thank you. I will not let you down. I'm going to live up to my potential now." And it really changed my life. And then entered Isogenics. And it was a perfect timing for me. It was just everything about Isogenics has been a blessing. I needed that passion back in my life. I needed that healthy lifestyle because I was living so unhealthy for 13 years, since 2000, basically at that point. And so I started getting into the system, lost a lot of weight in that first 30 days, and I started sharing it with my family. And first thing I did was get my family on board. My mom's already lost 42 pounds. She's 72. She loves the products. This is for everybody. It's not for just professional athletes. It's not for just for college athletes. It's for everybody. And so, my sister on board, my cousin's on board. So bottom line is I got myself back. That's when I entered the Isobody Challenge, and it's one of our amazing programs that we have here at Isogenics. And, it was something that really, really sparked the fire in me again. The products already had done that, but just that little extra competing against myself, which is what I was missing. I was missing that competitive fire that I had when I played baseball. Whenever you're out in that field, 162 days out of the year, if not more, if you're in the playoffs, you're that competitive juice flows. And when it was gone, it hurt. And so I got that back with the Isobody Challenge. And I the first time I took the challenge, I did well, but I didn't get the call. And so I was disappointed, obviously, but it was not going to stop me. My goals were set. So I did it again. I repeated it and went ahead and did it again, and it ended up not getting the call again. Well, that kind of pissed me off a little bit, but it didn't make me want to quit. It just fired me up more. And I'm like, this is happening. And I remember doing a Facebook post the day of the last calls, and it was like 6:45, and the calls end at 7. And I was on the Facebook, video, and I said, "Listen, I go, I haven't gotten the call yet. I got 15 minutes left." I go, "But if I don't get this call, I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you, I'm winning it next year." And I said it, and I meant it. And so I didn't get the call. So it was time to go to work. And so I continued putting these amazing products in my body. The AMP series came out at the perfect time for me. The AMP products are just phenomenal. Since I started, but since they came out in January, I've put on a significant amount of muscle. If you see my before and after pictures, you would be probably in a little bit in shock. But I work my butt off. I work my butt off in the gym. I have the energy now, which is the thing that, I didn't have when I was doing all the crap. I was not really energetic at all. I just wanted to go out and hang with the fellas and have a beer or something. So, but my life's changed. My goals have changed. The Lord took me back under his wing, and I accepted it. And so I just am living the life I want right now. And, I'm just so happy. Of course you all might know that I ended up, that third challenge, I ended up doing what I told you I was going to do. I ended up being the selected as the 2016 Isabody Grand Prize winner. And the most important thing about that is my family was there. This whole thing started because I wanted to live and I wanted a family. I had wanted a family for so long. When I was in my early 20s, when I had all that money handed to me when I signed to play pro ball, I just envisioned, man, one of these days I'm going to have 4 kids, a beautiful home, picket fence, Ferrari, all these cool little things, but the family was the thing I wanted most. And so living that life of, that wasn't really living the life I wanted. I knew it wasn't going to happen. So, I got to work on myself. I had personal growth. There's a lot of leaders. I mean, Tara, on this call, I'm so inspired by everyone that I'm with here in Isogenics that it's just been a blessing in every aspect of my life, because it's really helped me see the potential that I could pull out of myself again. So, again, I am very blessed. I am thankful for you. I believe whenever Shemane, when I got the private message from you, my jaw went like this.
I saw you.
I'm like,
you posted that on your Facebook page.
It's probably exactly what it looked like too. It was seriously like, whoa, wait, who is this? And so I'm just I feel blessed, and I really thank you all for, even thinking about me. And, I just hope that everybody out there knows that they can do whatever they put their mind to. Do not give up. Don't ever give up, no matter what your circumstances are. There's a way. And if you believe and you have faith in yourself, and it's going to happen. So thank you for listening.
Well, Alvey, you're a great inspiration to a lot of people. And I want to ask you, 2 questions. Okay. One is, when you got to that depth of despair, to the dark night of the soul, how did you turn it around? I mean, people say, oh, you can just turn it around, but it's very difficult to actually do that, especially when you don't have a support system around you. You have to find something deep inside of yourself and just change your behaviors and start doing things different. What was it for you?
Well, there was a couple things. I would be lying if I didn't say that, the fact that I had my health issue. I should have been, honestly, I should have died, or I should have been paralyzed, or should have had, those are things that did not happen, that I was very blessed that they didn't. And so, my faith, I just started, I was praying before I had my aneurysm. I was praying, and I was saying, please, anything, help me. I was in a bad place, and I was really not happy at all. And, I seemed it out on the outside, because I've always been a cheerful guy and always been a, fun guy to be around, but I wasn't happy inside. And so, when it happened, that was my wake up call. But then it was time to go to work. It was the same passion I had that got me to be a first round draft pick was back. I found it again. It had to be that way. It had to be something for me like that. It had to be something that almost took me for me to get out of it. And I'm thankful for it every day. But, the personal work that I've done is just believing in myself again in every aspect of my life. My marriage, I married my longtime girlfriend. We did have our 2 kids. I didn't mention that before. We had a family, and, we have my son Kingston and my daughter Braven. And, and it's just been a blessing. The thing that I did was I just started believing in myself again. And that took, me to get off the couch, get out there, get active, put these products in my body, and feel great again, feel that energy again. And when you start working yourself, I try to tell people, don't think of your age as a disability. It doesn't matter what age you are, you can get out there and get active. It's just a simple mindset that I did, that I said, I'm taking my life back. And that was it.
When you have these superfood products in your body and you start to feel better, that kind of starts everything too. So my second question, I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Second question. If you had to pick one Isogenics product as your favorite.
Oh man.
I think I know what it is, but I want to hear you say it. Go ahead.
See, there's so many, and it's not even cliche. I'm just going to go, put it this way. Oh man, I can't. I gotta do 2. Let me do 2.
Okay, 2.
All right, 2. Thank you. All right. First of all, I'm cheating here, but the whole AMP series. See, I got you. I got you. So the whole AMP series, you got to remember, I'm performance based now, but you got to remember, I was weight loss. Remember, I started off 307. I lost 40 of it on my own. So I don't want to mislead anybody. I lost 40 on my own, and I lost 45 with Isogenics. So I was weight loss to start with. And then all the energy and the performance, and then everything came. But so I would say the AMP series for sure. And then I get 6 canisters of Isopro a month. 6 a month of Isopro. So that has to be one of my, it has to be. I love those two. We're
going to have to do another webinar just about how you eat.
Oh.
How you take all the Isogenics products. I would love to hear that too. But I told you in the text or the message I sent you on Facebook, I told you my husband, who's a rock and roll guy,
yes,
using the AMP line on stage, and really, think about what he does for 90 minutes performing.
Right.
7 years old. He's an actor.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You can come to his next concert. How about that?
Oh, please, that would be amazing. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
I would love that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I wanted to introduce Tara Romano. And Tara, you've got an amazing story, and you and I have a lot in common in that we are both Zumba fitness instructors. But I want you to just take it away and tell everybody your story and why you're here.
Awesome. And Alvie, I love hearing your story. So thank you so much for how you vulnerably share. And thank you both for having me on. I'm just beyond excited, and I love sharing. So I have actually been with Isogenics for 7 years. My sister actually got this program for me for Christmas because I refused to buy it. And at the time, I was going to school full time. I had gone back at a later age. I was going for health and phys ed. I was taking like 19 or 20 credits. I was bartending full time, and I was teaching fitness classes. So I was what you called busy, but I was also a do what I say, not as I do type fitness instructor, meaning I was just not eating right. I yo-yo diet. I would start my diets every Monday. I would run on coffee and sugar, and then I would come home after a long day, grab a 7-Eleven sandwich, and do it all over again. Like, I knew what to tell people to do, but I wasn't doing it myself because I didn't have time. But my sister, like, as time went on, my sister was just more concerned about me. Like, I wasn't having the energy that I normally would teaching the classes. And I remember just looking in the mirror feeling like I don't look or feel like a fitness instructor. So she had got the products for me. So she didn't wrap it or anything. She just like had the box right out. And so of course I did it. And I remember literally in week 2, I was putting on jeans that I hadn't worn since high school. And that was literally huge for me. But not only that, like, it was the very first time in my life that I had maintained weight loss. I was just feeling better. I just felt happier. The best way I can explain it. And I just started to learn, how to eat better and just live better. And I started looking like I fit the part of a fitness instructor. So as time went on, I had finished school and I was looking for a teaching job, a health and fitness teaching job. And I was more than qualified for it, but I just couldn't find a job. For 2 years, I had started a fitness program in the schools with Zumba, and I was still bartending. That was the biggest thing. I was still bartending going on 10 years, and I was 32 or 33, and I'm like, this shouldn't be my life right now. Like, I feel like I should be doing something else. And my sister kept saying, do the business. I was still using the products, like loving them, sharing them. I would send people to her. I'm like, this person wants this, whatever you have to do. She's like, do this business. And I was like, no, I'm never going to do network marketing. Like, I just never want to be one of those people. Like, and that's the context that I had with network marketing. I didn't want to be salesy, like, love the products, but I didn't care. Just didn't want to do that. So it was a specific night. It was, I was bartending, and it was just a bad night. And I called my sister crying, which was not unlikely for me. And I said, I can't do this anymore. Like, I just can't live my life like this. I was just running in circles, like teaching 20 plus classes, some for free. Like, it was just crazy. I didn't have a life. And she's like, do this business with me, or I'm not going to listen to you complain anymore. And I'm like, fine. Like, I'll do it. Like, I mean, like, I honestly, at that point, like, I was like, I just didn't know what to do. I just knew that, like, I was worth more than what I was doing. Like, I just felt like I was in a hamster wheel, and I just wasn't happy. I remember just like walking to work, looking at people like just enjoying themselves, thinking like this is my life right now. So anyway, I committed to the business, and I was just talking about this. I remember my first event and my first celebration that I went to. I went to it because it was California, and I'm like, this should be fun. But I remember the trainer on the stage. He said, and I don't remember exactly who it was, but they said, more than half of you won't be here next year because you're going to quit. And I thought, like, wow, that was like really powerful. Like, because I was a person that when things got hard, I would just stop. And I thought, like, you know, I wasn't sure if the business was that real at that point, but I'm like, I don't want to quit this. So I kept doing it. And like, I mean, that was 5 years ago. And like, I can't even imagine quitting. And I thank my sister all the time for like pushing me to do this business. And I was just not educated on what it was. And it not only changed my life physically, because I've maintained, you know, pretty much for 7 years in terms of the nutrition. And now like I've had this life like that I get to share with other people. Like, I mean, I get to travel the world teaching fitness because I want to, not because I need the money. And that is huge for me. And I did that even before, like, you know, you said it, Shemane, as fitness professionals, we spend so much time on that 1 hour class because we love it. And now I get to share this with so many people, and I just get goosebumps when I think about it. So that's my story in a nutshell.
Tara, tell me, I'm looking at that beautiful chandelier, and I know I want that, but Isogenics has been a blessing to you in other ways too. Can you talk a little bit about how financially it has been rewarding for you?
Oh my gosh. So this is interesting. The same first celebration, like I never, when I was walking around, you saw these pictures of people, all different ages and the amount of money they made. And I'm like, what is this hoax that my sister has me going to? Like, this is like, are you kidding me? Like I was just rolling my eyes. So the person on the stage, one of the trainers said, okay, write down financially, like what goal you want to make a year. So I put $50,000 a year because that was the average, even with bartending, we work really, like I had never less than like 5 W-2 forms. So anyway, my sister said, why are you putting 50,000? I go, because I don't even think that I can make 5,000 in this career, you know, whatever this business is. But obviously I learned more. So I changed it to 75. That was, 5 years ago. But wow, like I never imagined making the amount of money I make right now. So it's come to the point for me that like I get to live however I want. I get to travel whenever I want. I live on the West Coast. My family's on the East Coast, but I get to go home whenever I want. I teach because I want to. Like it's like I love teaching so much. Like I would teach for free because I can. And like I'm so blessed for the life I have. Like financially, network marketing and this business has allowed me to live a life of really freedom. It's so honestly, it's so crazy to say it, as I'm saying it now, but it's just true.
Say it, Tara. Go ahead and say it.
I'm free. I'm debt. No, I'm debt free, and I get to give back. My sister and I have retired my parents. Like, it's the most amazing feeling because I remember bartending and working so hard. And I always say I was probably one of the hardest working bartenders, but I would have to like share my money with people that were inside in air conditioning, watching like the football game. And I'm like carrying to like the ice up the stairs. And now I get to work with my best friends. I work with my family, creating like other opportunities for people that I care about. It's not just about me. And that's what happens with this business. And I'm sure Alvey can agree, like how many people we all inspire, because I always say, if I could do this business, anybody on the planet can do it, because there's so many different people that are successful in this business. There's moms, dads, teachers, fitness professionals, like non-fitness professionals, like you name it.
Tara, can you say roughly how much you're making a year with this business? How much, you talk about being free and you talk about retiring your parents, and I don't want an exact number, but it's an astounding number. It's a number that I'm sure when you filled out that first form and went 50 to 75,000, that's not even close, is it?
So I'll just say that I that's so hard. It's so hard for me to share, but So that the goal that I had to make a year in the beginning has now become a monthly goal, like a monthly, yeah. But yeah, I mean, and you know what? It's allowed me that without it, my father with his health issues in the past couple of years, like, and I get emotional thinking about it, like he would still have to work. So.
Can I ask you a question? Can I chime in and ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
So because Shemane, Shemane just went to her first celebration. She like jumped in, tried the products, like loved them, felt everything you guys were sharing. And we were like, come on, come to Las Vegas. And she came, like she bought a ticket last minute, came, saw, the amazing energy that's there of what the company has to offer, which is just bar none, like an amazing culture. But, as anyone knows as a business owner, when you start off and you write those numbers in the beginning of your business, how did you build it in the beginning and how long did it take you to really catch that momentum and grow it to where it is now? Because I know that's why when they say, when you went to your first celebration, they said, 50% of people won't be here next year. It's because they don't maybe understand that in the beginning, you're putting so much time in to really get your business growing. So can you talk a little bit about that for people that are, listening and maybe they're a bartender right now, they're a fitness professional, they think, what is this? And sounds like the products are great, but having a business is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that you have to have an attachment and love for the products because, you won't be able to sell or share them. And that's why it was so easy for me. Like I was using the products for 2 years. And I feel like, and Alvie can probably relate to this, like even in sports or something, like when it gets hard, people quit. Like when they don't get to where they want to be, people quit. It's just life. Like people are just, they want it right then. They want it right now. It took me 2 years to really see like money coming in, but I was becoming a different person. Like there's something that those events do. Like I didn't know that I could be, do, or have anything I wanted. When I was going back to school, I went at age 29, I went back to college. And I remember student teaching and being so excited to be in the classroom and but the teachers weren't. They threw the ball out. People were just walking. The kids were walking around. I'm like, no way, this is not really what happens. And I thought, okay, I'll just do this for 5 years and I'll figure out something else to do, but like I think people just get so complacent in something and they think that's what it's supposed to be. So the way we did it is we just did it like we were just helping other people. Like people were seeing results. So like the products work. So it was so easy to be consistent. And I think with anything in life, and I was literally just talking about this before this webinar, like consistency and action really with any kind of goal that you want to do is so important, and not quitting. Like Jimmy Smith always says, the only way to fail is to quit. And I believe that in what any goal that you want. So with this business, I think it's important to love the products, understand the business, but be surrounded by amazing people, which is easy to do in this company, but like not quit, like not looking at other people and comparing, but using them as inspiration, because the person that you'll become is priceless, literally.
Okay, so my question for you is the same. If you had to pick one product, Tara, what would you pick?
It's so funny. I'm like, she's gonna ask me this, and I'm gonna have to. So you guys might be surprised. I mean, I feel like the shakes don't count on this because they're just like they're like the best.
Right.
But I'm obsessed with the Knox. I actually wish it was in a 16. I wish it was in a 16-ounce bottle because like. Yeah. I'm obsessed with it. Like it's just one of my favorite. The Beat Shot. For those of you who are on, I'm not sure what it is or haven't tried it. Like obsessed.
Well, thank you. That's what I was waiting for. But Alvie kind of said, he said the whole amped line. That's not fair.
I know.
But that's what I'm thinking too. So I wanted to bring you guys here together because I did kind of jumpstart. I dove into this business, into this lifestyle within like minutes of trying the products. And about 15 years ago, my home that was once featured on MTV Cribs was contaminated with toxic mold between the walls. We never saw anything. And I just kept getting sicker and sicker. And I went to doctors and they all told me I was stressed or working too hard, which was true, but you shouldn't feel that sick. And every day I run into somebody who knows somebody or who has had an experience with mold toxic mold contamination. And when you have an illness like that, that it's not like you break your arm, you go to the doctor and they go, wow, that's a fracture there. I can see it on the x-ray. In fact, my husband took me to the hospital one time because I thought I was having a heart attack. I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. But we went to the hospital and they took the x-rays and they sent me home in a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. So what happened to me, I think the reason why I so connected with Isagenix is because what happened to me, the toxic mold contamination in my home between the walls, affected me on a cellular level. And that's what I love so much about these products, is that it doesn't just, it's not just like putting body cream on. It cleans your body out from the inside. It's like taking a shower out on the inside, and it's changed my life. I was happy before. Now, having, of course, the Knox is my game changer, but everything, you're right, everything, the shakes and Ionics for sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's a secret. I was giving my husband the products, and I would just like, take the products, and he started taking them. He just, just like I was serving him dinner. And he, after a couple days, he said, I don't know what's in that stuff, but I feel great. He goes, give me some more. And honestly, after being on these products, it has changed his life in so many ways that I have to tell him to slow down. He's 67 years old, and he's dancing on stage, and he had both of his knees replaced, and everybody is just astounded at the amount of energy he has. So Isagenix has changed both of our lives, and that's why I wanted to bring you guys here today too, because I'm so happy to have other people who are involved in the fitness industry, because we do give of our time. If we like it so much, we want other people around us to be healthier too. And yeah, Tara, like how many classes have we taught for nothing? Nothing, or that have cost us money because we've flown and we've offered to do charity work, and I love to do that. But this is an opportunity. This is another tool for anybody in the fitness industry, whether you're a personal trainer, whether you're a gym owner. This is an opportunity to change your life and to give you the freedom and the health to continue to do what you do, but to change the life of people around you. So I'm going to open it up right now for questions. April, do we have some questions from people who are?
We'll let everyone chat in for a second and chime in. Alvey, do you have anything you want to follow up here? You've been sort of in the background nodding and smiling.
No, I'm just taking it all in. But yeah, just believe in the process. I think that's the biggest thing that I try to tell my team is, anything you do in life, there's a process to it. If you don't believe in that process, you're never going to get to your end result. So just believe in the process. If you're with Isagenix, put it in your body and just believe in it, follow the plan, and you're going to see amazing results.
And how long have you been building your Isagenix business? You obviously started with the product line for weight loss, and then when did you sort of flip the switch into like, I could do this?
So this is going to make you laugh. I laugh about it now. So I actually signed up as a preferred customer, believe it or not. Yeah, I was that guy. I was the guy that was like, I have to give you what? No. So I ended up signing up as a preferred customer. So anyways, 5 days in, I got that aha. I'm like, wow, I feel amazing. And so I called my coach back and said, what is in this? I'm like, is this stuff even legal? And so she laughed at me. And then anyways, I said, all right, I want to share this. My whole family could use this. I want to get my family healthy. So since day five, I went over to the associate side, and it's been a blessing. I mean, I can't even tell you, I went from living in a cramped, 1-bedroom apartment with a dog, and my girlfriend would stay over once in a while. It was just ugly. It was not where I wanted to be. And then I started creating this business and moved myself to a nicer neighborhood. And then now I have a house and a couple of cars that we're able to get, and it's just been and it's all because I've helped people. That's what I try to tell people. This isn't. This is about helping others, because once you get to yourself, like when you start off, it's about you. You want to get yourself healthy, but once you get that feel and you feel it, it's like now I have to help others. I want to help others. That's how I feel about it. Like I want to help others now because I want people to feel how I feel. And so it's just been a blessing for not only me, but my teammates and the future teammates.
Awesome. I have some questions here. First of all, Alvey, since you're on the screen, Karen says, we want to hear how are you using 6 canisters of Isopro?
Okay.
They want to know how you're doing it. What is your routine?
Okay, so I am a huge pumpkin spice fan, and I love strawberry too. So as you know, there's 24 grams of protein in there. Well, I'm 6'7", and my goal is to really build some big. By NYKO, you guys are going to be like, whoa. So I have these goals, and so you have to get your protein up, and so. What I do is I take my pumpkin spice, which is 24 grams of protein, and I take a nice heaping scoop of that Isopro and put it in every shake. Well, I have 2 shakes, sometimes 3 shakes a day, trying to get my protein levels up. That's because that's my goals. Everyone's goals are different. And I also do bedtime belly buster. I also do, another just Isopro 2 scoops right during my workout, and then right after my workout. So that's 4 right there. So it just happens, man. I'm like, wow, this is done. I just got back from ICU Atlanta, which was amazing, by the way. If you have not been to these ICU universities, get to them. Amazing. I had the pleasure of speaking to the audience there, and I could go on and on about that. Just amazing. But I brought 1 canister with me, and it was done when I got home today. that was Wednesday through today. So wow. Yeah, so that's just how I roll.
That's awesome. Tara, I'm going to put you on the hot seat here. Danielle says, how are some of the ways trainers or instructors can present this to clients without being, quote, pushy?
So I think, well, the first thing is get out of your head that you're being pushy. And my sister taught me this. Like, when we're nervous or don't want to do something because we have in our head of what people are going to perceive, we're making it about us. And I think that we really need to think about, number one, like, how would you feel if like someone didn't introduce Isogenics to you? So just think about that before you're nervous about like reaching out to someone. So as a fitness and a group fitness instructor, you're around people all the time, and people look up to us and they want information and, ideas for nutrition and workouts and everything. So I would, number one, always use my products in front of people because it just creates a conversation there, number one. But like at the end of class, I would, always say, listen, people want to know like, what I'm using and like why I have so much energy, and I would love to talk to you. So after class, like I'm having, sign ups. So I would either talk after class or like have a sign up sheet. And then like wherever I was teaching, like if it was another studio, I would have to ask like the owner, but having the products out when people were signing in and coming into class is another great way. So just real easy ways that are not like pushy, so to speak, but yeah, for sure.
Alvey, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, that's perfect. When I go to the gym, which is every day pretty much, I take my products with me, of course, and I'll actually. Where I go to the gym, there's there's not a locker room. It's the bins are right there. It's a 24-hour place, so the bins are right there, and where you put your stuff. So I literally will put my products I'll stack them up like right above my particular bin, like a little display, and just have them there. And I'll go do my workout I'll take my e-shot. Like I always do, and I'll take it right before my workout. I'll shake it up, and I'll make sure that, I'm a little bit, yeah, I'll make sure that I'm a little like, hey, look at it over here, but, it's all, I want people to see what I'm doing because I know that I'm doing work, and I know that I know that I put my body in a position that, I get people looking at me because I'm like a huge guy. So I want them to see what I'm doing because I know what I have can help not only people that are trying to lose weight, but it can help people that can want energy. It can help people that want to like build muscle. It'll help people that want healthy aging. It'll help people that want wealth creation. I know that we have so many different solutions. So I'm going to put everything out there and let them, see if they are interested. And if they are, I'll talk to them about it.
Okay, I have a question.
There's one more. Can we have one last question, Shemane?
Yes.
Okay, final question. Anna says, any tips for approaching friends who are fitness professionals?
you want me to answer? Okay. I'll say, and actually, I love this one because I think we can get so caught up in the title of what people are, but people are people. Doctors, whether it's a doctor or your friend, your family, the person serving you coffee, each person that you talk to, you have a special or different relationship with them. So just talk to them as that person. Maybe not think of the title as something to be nervous about, but, you know, one of the things that I say is I, you know, compliment the person. I let them know what I do. And then I ask them if they're willing to, you know, take a look at what I do. So again, you're going to have a different relationship with each fitness professional. So depending on your relationship, like I don't recommend you going up to someone that you don't know at all and being like, hey, you want to know what I do? You definitely want to have that connection.
One of the things that I've always done as a fitness instructor is you can't just throw out criticisms to everybody. If, you know, Susie's not bending her knees and she needs to bend her knees, you can start out with a compliment and then not necessarily the criticism, but say, hey, how about if you know, put your hips back more and squat down a little bit more, and oh, you're doing such a great job. So you compliment, criticize, compliment. But that's one of the ways also that I've found. And you know what I do? I talk to everybody. Everybody, everybody, everybody. And the only thing I can say is that there's always going to be people who say no, but I feel like I'm planting a seed. And if that seed takes off, if it grows, great. If not, there's going to be places that we can help nurture. For example, Lauren Culp, I think he might be on here today. He watched my husband and I do a Facebook Live. We were just talking to people. My husband's a goofball. And we were talking about how Isogenics has changed their life. And Lauren just immediately enrolled and got the products, and it changed his life. And now he's enrolling. He enrolled the mayor of his city. He enrolled his wife. He enrolled all these people with just in a few weeks. He's only been doing this about 6 weeks, and he's lost over 20 pounds. So I get high by changing people's lives. And I feel like this is a way for fitness instructors forever. I've been in the fitness industry for more than 35 years. And here's a secret. I didn't know what to eat. I tried everything out there. I've wasted hundreds or maybe thousands of dollars at GNC and all these other places and trying the protein, and it tasted like crap. And I finally found products. That's why I'm talking to everybody. It's taken me, I'm 54 now. It's taken me all this time to finally find products that have changed my life. So yeah, I'm going to get on the couch like Tom Cruise was on the couch jumping up. I think that's cool, by the way. Like, what women wouldn't want to have that, you know? Especially Tom Cruise jumping up. You know what I'm talking about, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm jumping on the couch. I'm on the couch jumping up and down because these products have changed my life. I've never felt better in my life, never slept better in my life, never had more energy. I feel like a teenager. Like, so I'm just so grateful for April and also Danielle. And I'm so grateful, Tara, for you and Alvie for taking time out of your busy, busy, busy schedules and coming here on this webinar. I hope we can do it again someday soon, because I know I have questions for you. I want to find out what else you guys are eating too, Alvie, and what you're doing for like workouts. Like, we can do a workout.
Ooh, that's webinar. A whole other ball game right there.
I know, right? April, any last words of wisdom?
Nope. I think this is awesome. I think, you know, just for those who, you know, I know there were many people that were promoting, inviting their friends on here. So if you're on here and someone has invited you and you have more questions, make sure to follow up with that person. They'd be happy to answer them for you. I think that's probably the best advice, is just talking with the person that, invited you, like Tara said,
Yep. All right, you guys, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for watching, for all of those who are watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for having us. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Bye,
hey,
guys.
God bless. Hey.
Bye.
Yes, you can.